Well, hello and welcome to Kiwi Rider Podcast. My name's Ray here and great to have you along. If you're hearing this, then I'm out testing a new luggage solution for an upcoming motorbike trip. If you're not hearing this, it didn't work out. But we're deep into Omicron red light territory right now. And I've been working from home, but today I've been asked to go into the office. And we're one of the only people in the office manning the office, so that's fine. And it's a good chance to, with the bike loaded up, test my packing skills, test how it all rides on the motorway. So, loaded up on the bike, we've got the OS base from Krieger with two OS 12 packs loaded up as panniers. We've got the US 20 across the back pillion seat. Then on the Ventura luggage rack, I've got a camp chair, a tent, a sleeping bag, and in all of that, we've got tyre levers, spanners, Allen keys, a camp light, Ryobi power inflator, extra battery, clothes, camera gear, audio recording equipment, a towel, pretty much everything you'd need for a couple of nights out in the bush. As far as weight goes, I am vastly maxing out the spring, the factory spring on the Tenere 700. But as long as I take it easy, I think I'm fine. I'm going to have to find out what the max amount of clicks on the preload is and reset that. I'm pretty sure it's set to maximum at the moment, but it's always good to know, isn't it? Have to be careful with lane splitting. I'm not too wide, but I'm a bit wider than usual. On the back, that is. I don't think I'm any wider than the handlebars or the mirrors, and the mirrors are what I usually clip, but of course the mirrors will fold if they're clipped and the luggage won't. Alright, here we go. This is our first taste of motorway speeds, 100 kilometers per hour. And so far she's quite stable actually. Quite stable, quite comfortable, no complaints. Doesn't look like there's anything falling off the back. That's good. First sunny day since the old cyclone blew through. We've had two really nasty, horrible wet weekends, and things are getting rather moist around the Wellington region. A bit of a foggy old morning, pretty chilly too. We've got, what's the old bike telling me, 11 degrees air temp here in Wellington right now. Spent about an hour yesterday thoroughly cleaning my helmet, which is something I don't do often enough. Not only did I clean the screen, the visor, but I finally took off all the watermarks and dust marks and crap from the ill-fated Molesworth trip towards the end of last year. can definitely feel the extra weight on the back, making the bike waggle at low speeds when like lane splitting and stuff. Just makes the bike a little bit less stable at low speeds. Like, I don't need to do too much lane splitting, but of course I am commuting at the moment and that's what I have to do. So many events across the country have been cancelled. That's not news to anyone. It's really sad though to see them go. Only people eating bats have got something big to answer for, haven't they? A couple of the last events left on the calendar, which at this stage are going ahead. Mid-March, we've got the Kiwi Rider 350, which was going to be it was meant to be the GS Rally, but BMW getting a little bit nervous there, which is fair enough. End of March, start of April, the Yamaha Adventure Ride, used to be known as the Tenere Tour, but not enough Teneres in the country, so that's open up to all Yamaha adventure bikes. That's happening. We'll hopefully be heading away to that one. And what are you doing, Turkey? And finally, the last event on the calendar was actually the last riding event on the calendar that I know of will be the Moto Tiki Tour in May. Of course, for exact dates on all of these events, go to motonz.com. But this weekend we are going Moto Camping. So we'll be loading up the bikes. Myself going up from Wellington, Matthew Day Gillett coming down from Cambridge, and a guy called Tal who works for motogear.co.nz and Derby Accessories. So looking forward to catching up with those guys Friday evening, somewhere around the base of Mount Ruapehu. At this stage, the plan is to attempt the 42nd Traverse, which last time we did was very dry and quite nice. We've had a lot of rain since, in the last few weeks especially, so who knows what the weather's going to be like, what the conditions are going to be like. But I say we're going to attempt it. We're going to give it a crack. Tal's bringing his bikes down in his van, so we're going to put a whole bunch of our gear in the van and lighten the bikes as much as possible. The biggest thing I'm worried about though is going to be the river crossings. Okay, so we've done a wee jaunt into Wellington City. fully loaded up with all the Moto Camping gear, and I think the bike's handled pretty well. I need to make sure that I'm on max preload, and I need to check that none of the gear's actually shifted. It doesn't feel like it has. I think we're pretty good. And the only other thing I'm contemplating is whether I need to move some of the weight forward on the bike. I could move the OS 12s to the front and hang them off the crash bars. Otherwise, a successful wee trip into Wellington. I'm looking forward to Moto Camping in a few days' time. The only thing that remains to be said is back to the studio. $2.89.2, $2.90 a litre for 91. It's about $2.65 a litre in Upper Hutt.